of a show called The Theater of Public Policy. Pause for applause. Okay, yeah, thank you. I assume that everyone, wherever they are, is just applauding right now. So, Theater of Public Policy, what do? We talk to a very smart person about a big issue or idea, and then what's different than maybe your typical, like, PBS show or something is that we have this team of very fantastic improv comedy performers who takes everything that we have talked about and bring it to life through entirely unscripted improv comedy theater. So I am super excited for tonight because we are getting to talk to none other than this other person who's already on screen with me, and hopefully you all can see, Sara Nelson-Pallmeyer, who's here with Exodus Lending. And we are going to talk all about what is Exodus Lending. And I know probably a lot of folks are familiar, but, you know, there's always something new to learn. But then tonight, very special, and I don't believe that this has ever happened before, the whole story of Exodus Lending is going to be brought to life through improv comedy, completely unscripted, by the cast of the Theater of Public Policy. So that's very cool. So Sara, thank you so much for being here at your own event. I am super excited to be here with you.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here with you.
Okay, Sara, help me. Okay, so I know I like starting at the beginning with things. So Exodus Lending, let's say in the before times, you're on a bus and sitting next to someone and they're like, "What do you do?" And you're like, "I run an organization called Exodus Lending." And they say, "What is Exodus Lending?" What do you say?
Exodus Lending is a small but mighty nonprofit. And what we do is we refinance payday loans and other loans that are predatory in nature. In other words, the lenders charge 36 or more percent interest on these loans. And we refinance them, charging no interest or fees at all. So if someone walks in our door owing, let's just say, Payday America $360, we take over that loan, we pay it off, and we ask the new participant to pay us back $30 a month for 12 months. We don't add a penny to that loan. And we also advocate and work toward ending what we do now, because we would love to work toward no loans higher than 36% that anybody would get in the state of Minnesota.
Okay, this is a fabulous, that was a great elevator/escalator explanation. A few questions. Why 36%? It's such a weird number.
Yeah, 36% is a weird number. And oftentimes when we talk about this, people will say, 36%, that's ridiculously high. Why would you even want to charge that? If I have a credit card that charges me more than 20% APR, I try to find a different credit card. But what happened in 2007 is there was legislation that was passed by Congress for military members, so that active military personnel could not be charged by a payday lender over 36%. Oh. And what happens is when that restriction takes place, payday lenders walk away. So they don't work at all with individuals if they can't charge more than 36%. And most payday lenders charge anywhere upwards from 100, 200, 300. We've even seen over 1,000% APR.
Really?
Yes. So 36% seems doable, but even that they say, no, we don't bother. We will take our business elsewhere, and they do.
Okay. So you all vote anything over 36%. I mean,
that's right.
This is like at what point does this become like a loan shark, right? Like, I feel like I don't hear that term very often, but like, is it, or does it have to be a loan shark? Does somebody have to like have a like billy club in their trunk?
No. In fact, they don't have to. In fact, the payday lenders charge more interest than the loan sharks did back in the day. That was oftentimes less than that. So it's much, much higher. And that's why we're trying to end those loans.
That's problematic. Okay, so that's very helpful. Another question, and maybe this is like redundant or this is obvious to everyone else, but so folks go out and they do these payday loans or these super high interest loans or whatnot. Um, why is it just because like those are the ones that are there that are only available to them at that moment, as opposed to finding a different kind of loan? I'm trying to figure out what is that. How does somebody get into that situation in the first place?
Right. I mean, that's a big question. But what happens is, if you drive by payday lenders, you see them. You know, you see Ace Cash and Payday America and Unloan, and oftentimes people will think, "Huh, I wonder what that is. Now, I might need money." So what happens? You know, so they see these things, and they're also heavily marketed. They're in neighborhoods that where people don't have access to decent banks, and decent bank uh, borrowing. So if you go to a bank, typically what you can get is like a car loan, something to buy a new car. You can get a house loan, you can get a mortgage. So you can get these huge loans, but if you just need a couple $100, banks are reticent to provide that kind of funding for people. And some people don't have credit cards, so they can't really just buy something and put it on their credit card. They have nothing. So they find themselves going to these lenders who treat them completely unfairly by charging such a huge amount of interest.
Yeah, that's very, I mean, yeah, as you said, this is a whole other conversation sometime about sort of the market dynamics of how we ended up in a place where these are the options that are pushed out for folks. But to go back to Exodus Lending, so you all help folks by paying off these loans and giving them sort of a way to do this. How does the model work for you all? Like, so you're a nonprofit. So is it that the money that people donate to support you as a charitable cause, is that basically like how this whole thing works?
That's what keeps our staff paid, yes, are the donations we receive. The loan program is funded two ways. It's self-sustaining in a little bit, in that if someone takes out a loan from us and then pays us back, then that money is available for future people who come to us for help. But originally we needed money in there. So we have investment loans. People have invested $10,000, for example, to us on a 3-year basis. And so just as we don't charge interest, we don't pay interest to those investors. But people have given us lent us $10,000 for a 3-year time period. And then at the end of the 3 years, we pay them back. Or most of the time people will say, I didn't need that $10,000 the last 3 years. I don't think I'll need it the next 3 years. So they reinvest those funds with us.
That's very cool. And so it's, yeah, so it's hopefully a virtuous cycle in this way.
Right.
Uh, so you're helping folks who get into these challenging positions. I mean, you mentioned at the top, you are also like advocating for legislative changes so that maybe we don't end up in some of these situations to begin with. What are the actual legislative things that you're hoping would happen? What would make this better?
We're hoping for one of two things. Ideally, we would have an interest rate cap on payday loans and other predatory loans. So car title loans or online installment loans. We see a lot of those as well. In Minnesota, I have to be fair to say, we don't have car title loans. They are not legal here. But unfortunately, Hudson is very easy to get to, as is Superior for those folks in Duluth.
It is unfortunate that people can get to Wisconsin from here. I agree.
Well, at least to take out those loans. I don't want to diss Wisconsin for everything, but those loans are available there. And so people can get them. And so anything that's over 36%, we would love to see an interest rate cap on federally. That would be ideal. And Senator Tina Smith, for example, has already come out and co-sponsored a bill in the Senate to put an interest rate cap on payday loans, for example. Now, if we don't get that passed federally, then we would love to see that passed statewide here in Minnesota. And so we are going to be working toward that effort in 2021 at our local Minnesota legislature.
Okay, that's very cool. And so this is like another way. So obviously, and we're not making too strong of a push, but this is a nonprofit, and so supporting it is good financially. But also, we're the theater of public policy. If people are motivated and thinking about how to maybe change some of this stuff, there's a legislative piece to this too, and talking to your legislators about whether you want. And so, if it what do we have like what is it that you say to your legislator like, hey, put a cap on interest rates, Senator, or I don't know what you would probably hopefully be nicer than that, but
Jane, that was perfect.
okay.
That was exactly what they should hear. We are appalled that people are being taken advantage of financially, and money that should be going for groceries and rent or their mortgage or car payments or gasoline or childcare or any other thing that we need money for should be going to those purposes and not in the hands of payday lenders. So there's an easy way to do that. Put an interest rate cap on payday loans, and then they can't take advantage of folks. Yeah.
Okay. That is very cool. So one thing I wanted to ask you while you've been working on this and we're talking a lot here about numbers and about financials and things like that. And I get that that's what the organization is, but ultimately it's about people. Like you all are helping a lot of people who would be up a creek, probably in a lot of cases without Exodus lending. And I also understand there's probably all kinds of confidentiality rules and whatnot, but I'm wondering if you do have any stories or anecdotes or things that have stuck with you over the years that you think about that really makes this work meaningful to you.
Yeah, and just to say, it is about people and money. So one thing that we're celebrating right now is that we have passed the $1 million mark.
Wow.
That cumulatively, the 450 people that we have helped so far, if instead they would have been paying to a payday lender every month for a year during the year that they're working with us, they would have instead been paying interest and fees, they would have spent $1 million that now that $1 million instead is being used in the community. And so we're thrilled about that milestone that we've reached.
So $1 million
Yep.
in the state of Minnesota generally, statewide now is there because of the work that Exodus Lending is doing. That again, if it weren't for you all, it would largely just be in the pockets of like payday lenders or
Right. And some of the stories you asked for, I mean, each individual who comes to us has a story. And I think the ones that really break my heart are the ones right now, in COVID, and they have other health issues. So people come to us and they say, I just had breast cancer surgery. I just buried my brother, my uncle. I've paid for those funerals. I've had these costs. I haven't been able to afford them. I've got all sorts of things going on in my life. So there's some of those that are really heart-wrenching, and then there are some that are just painful, but they're not like, no one's dying. But right now it's people, they're home with their kids. They lost their hours because they've been furloughed. The pandemic has done things. The uprising has caused such emotional pain for so many of us. And meanwhile, there has to be food on the table. There has to be, so people have found themselves going to payday lenders, and the fact that we can help them through this time is a real gift to me and to our board and donors.
And there's these really heart-wrenching stories, again, as you said, of folks who are up against really challenging times. I've got to imagine that there's also stories, and I say this because the Theater of Public Policy has been doing some work with another organization that does a lot of credit education for folks, financial literacy pieces, that, somebody makes a bad choice one day. Like they see an advertisement for one of these payday lenders and they're like, oh, that sounds cool or interesting, and they don't do it. And the problem is that then it becomes like this trap that like you realize, oh God, this was a mistake, and now you can't get out of it. And I don't know, this is motivating to me as in thinking about like, we don't want a society where somebody makes potentially one bad decision one day about taking out a bad loan, and now that ruins their financial future for years potentially.
Right. And we feel really strongly that taking out a payday loan is not really a mistake that someone made. The mistake is that someone is allowed to take advantage of others. And sometimes people will be, like when we try to do policy and we will go to the legislature, sometimes I'll reach out to our program participants and saying, is anybody willing to, share your story? And of course some are, but many will say to me, I'm happy to share my story on paper, but please change my name. Please don't, because I feel like I was such an idiot. No, you were not an idiot. You were trying to take care of your family. You were trying to take care of some of the needs that you have, and you got ripped off by somebody, by some business. So don't ever think you made a mistake. And I mean, but people do. They say, well, I made it, like I was so stupid I took out a payday loan. And it just breaks my heart when I hear that, because no, that's not a stupid thing. It was a caring thing that you did when you took out the loan. You cared enough to try to figure out what you were going to do, and someone took advantage of you.
That was a beautiful response to my question without saying, Tane, that's a stupid question. So thank you. Okay, my last question of this, which is going to be, I don't know if this is a stupider question or not, but it's been on my mind since we first started talking about doing this event, which is, why is it Exodus lending? Why not like I don't know, Genesis lending or Leviticus lending or some
First
some other.
Thessalonians.
Yeah, Thessalonians. Yeah.
Well, Exodus, if you are a person of faith, many people know the Exodus story. So back in the day when the Israelites were enslaved, they wanted to be freed. And so they were allowed to exit, and they were allowed, and as is discussed in the book of Exodus, to freedom. They were taken from bondage into freedom. And that's what we feel Exodus does, taking someone out of the bondage of a payday loan or another predatory loan into the freedom where they can make their own decisions financially.
This is beautiful. I mean, not to overdo this comparison. So Exodus lending is Moses, and the payday lenders are Pharaoh, and so this is good. Like, and we're gonna skip the plagues part, but otherwise this is perfect.
Skip the plagues, yeah.
Yeah, skip the plagues. 2020's been hard enough. All right, we do not need it to rain frogs. Do not check the weather tonight. I am so gonna knock on wood for saying that. Okay. Sara, I cannot thank you enough for doing this, for having us in, and this amazing work that you all do. You mentioned that you just surpassed this $1 million mark. So I assume the goal is another million, right? Like we should try and do another million.
Right. So we want to work on helping folks in Minnesota save the next million. And this, as you said at the beginning, tonight isn't exactly a fundraiser. And we invited people to join us for free, but we would very much welcome people's donations and support for our work.
So yes, Sara did make it clear this is not an explicit fundraiser, but I am not good at following a script. So I'll just say, if you are watching right now and you have $1 million, I know a place that you could go to a lot of good in this state and this community, or even if you have a few bucks. But $1 million would be great. Yeah. Somewhere in between that. All right, Sara, I can thank you so much. This is absolutely fabulous. I feel like you and I should generally like disappear now because we want to turn it over to the cast of the Theater of Public Policy. But everybody, wherever you are, quickly do a big round of applause for Sara Nelson-Pallmeyer of Exodus Lending.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is great. Okay. All right, everybody watching at home. What happens now is that Sara and I are going to turn off our cameras, and the cast of the Theater of Public Policy is going to turn on their cameras and microphones, because what they do now is they come on screen and they bring everything that we have just talked about to life through entirely unscripted improv comedy theater. So everything they do is entirely made up on the spot without any pre-planning or rehearsal. It's very exciting. Tonight with us, we have Brandon Boat, Dennis Curley on the piano over there, Denzel Belin, Jim Robinson, And Taj Ruler is here somewhere too, but still hiding, which is fine because I'm actually turning my camera off now to turn it over to the cats of the Theater of Public Policy one more time. Can't stress enough, this is all made up. So please, a big round of applause for the Theater of Public Policy.
Hi, Brandon. There's something that I should tell you, and it's been very hard for me to bring this up. I only care about you 36%.
Only 36%?
I know. It seemed like it was gonna be more at the top, but I just don't think it'd be fair to care about you more than 36%. It's just, if I'm gonna parcel out my feelings.
That's okay. I mean, that can be reasonable. I mean, I only care about my home at 3.9999999% repeating. I mean, that's, it doesn't have to feel like you care a lot about things. My car, I only care about 1.2% because, I mean, I got a deal on it.
Well, I'm surprised that you're just so blasé about it. I mean, 36%, that's not even half.
I mean, on the scale of things, I've got to care about a lot of things. I've got a new son now. I mean, I have to care about him a lot. Frankly, 36%, I'm honored in a way.
I had no idea that it would be this easy. Maybe I could even just like dial it back a bit, like 20% or.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I only care about you 6.7%.
What? This is over.
Hey,
Hi.
hi.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you again for meeting me in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that. I know.
I know. Oh, weird. It's weird. There's just certain things we can only do in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's good to see you. It's
Yeah.
good.
Hey, you want to hear something like wild?
Yeah, please.
What if we did something dangerous together?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel kind of nervous. What do you have in mind?
I'm thinking a little, maybe we find a really invasive loan together.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
Mhm.
the fact that you said together is really what matters to me.
Yeah.
How invasive are we talking here?
So rumor has it that there are loans with an APR of 1,000%.
1,000%?
1,000%.
I'm in.
What?
I'm in.
Okay, but I even have something wilder, right? Because there's the two of us. I know there's the two of us, and if one person can get 1,000, do you think two people could get 2,000?
Yes. Again, this is not deterring me at all. I am in. I am ready. You had me at together. Like the fact that you decided to travel all the way to Wisconsin, it's not far, but so scary.
Right.
And then
It's far emotionally,
So far
it's
emotionally.
Wisconsin.
But you decided to take that really big risk and then to put this idea out there while we are in Wisconsin is it's everything. It's just
I'm just so excited because when I was thinking about that, I was thinking of you.
Oh my God.
I got it's you, and you said yes.
This is the happiest day of my life, and I just want to say I'm ready. And I don't want to freak you out, but I already have the paperwork.
Oh my
I
God.
anticipated.
I also have a copy of the paperwork.
Oh my gosh, we both have the paperwork.
I want to thank you so much for, just helping me refinance this loan. It really means a lot to me.
You're absolutely welcome, and thank you for coming to Book of Job Lending. I appreciate it.
Well, see, I knew I could turn to you because you're great, and Well, there's one condition I haven't told you about yet.
Sure.
See, I mean, this loan, I got it with some bad folks. I had to put up some collateral. And I'm just going to say I put up my son as collateral. And so they currently have them. And so I'm glad that you helped me refinance this and, bought out the loan. But I was wondering, could you keep my son for a while? I mean, just a bit longer.
Sure. At Book of Job Lending, yeah, I'll keep your son for an awfully long time. In fact, I'll probably keep him until he's around 21 or so.
Oh, that's great. My wife and I need a chance to sleep.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, you can sleep, but I'm going to be giving you boils on the back of your back, just to kind of remind you that if you have this loan out, since we are at the Book of Job Lending.
Wait a minute. I mean, taking my son, that's a favor. The boils don't sound like a favor.
Well, you could have gone to Exodus. One thing that we're also going to do is we're going to keep the lights on all the time in your house, kind of at a low level, but they're going to be flickering. They're going to be fluorescent lights. So you'll always be aware of them. You won't be able to change them at all, but they'll always just be there, like right on the edge of your consciousness. So
why?
Yeah.
That seems like it'd be very difficult for me to pay back this loan.
I know. Is that your toilet doesn't seem to, it's running all the time.
Oh.
Wow. Well, that's one of the things we do at Book of Job Lending. Yeah. Hey, if you want to take out more, you can certainly get a car through us. I mean, we'd be happy to lend you for that.
You want me to take out more money to increase all this stuff?
Actually, you have to. At Book of Job, you have to take out more. Yeah. It's never ending. Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as the APR is low, I guess that's okay.
Oh no, it's really high. Anyway, I'm going to call you back in 10 minutes just to remind you of the terms, and I'll be doing that for the next 21 years. Thank you so much. Good luck.
So, we made another $1 million.
Ugh, I'm bored with it.
I know.
What? You guys aren't jazzed? This is great.
This is just like another million. It's just another one.
I mean, what? We do good work and the community rewards us for it?
You
That's
two
like
are just
so
so
last
jaded.
year.
You're so jaded. It's a big deal.
Excuse me, you don't need to call me by my name, okay? Like, I happen to be Jade, and it is just something that is a fact that we are doing, is doing good work and making money.
Yeah, and I don't appreciate that I'm always at the end of that as Ed. Sometimes we're not just Jade Ed. Sometimes we're Ed Jade.
Yeah. Can't you ever just, like, switch it up a little bit? Gosh.
You guys, you were so excited when we got our first million paid off.
Yeah, because everything's exciting when it starts, when it's new, when it's fresh, when it's clean and ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, the show is called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, not Who Wants to Be a 2-millionaire.
A multimillionaire? Ugh. Like, I don't even know what to do with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, we could, and we will keep helping the general public.
No, I mean, like, with my feelings about it. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know how to deal with my feelings about all of this money that I'm helping people with.
Yeah.
Well, would you be impressed if it was like 100 million? Or 500 million? Or $1 billion?
Now that's interesting.
$1 billion.
Yep.
Hi, Ms. Ruler and Mr. Belin. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm really kind of surprised. I've never met predatory borrowers before. I've worked a lot with predatory lenders, but you two are predatory borrowers.
Yeah. So, ballpark range, how much money do you have?
Yeah, how much?
In my personal account?
Yeah, how much?
I have about $2,700 in my checking.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Yep.
Okay.
Borrow it.
Yeah. I'll borrow it. to you.
Yeah.
Good. You'll get it back.
We'll get it. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
You want the cat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. The other thing too, and I should have mentioned this earlier when you came in, is that I do have credit cards too.
Ooh, how
and-
many?
3. They have very small limits. And I have a AAA card, and I haven't kept up on it, but you know,
Yeah. Get that.
Mm.
I have so many flat tires because I never properly fixed it.
well, again, I appreciate your coming in, and I really do. I welcome your frankness about this. It's
Yep.
yeah, it's great. One more thing too
Yep.
is I should give you my social security number probably first. It's you know, because we're on screen here. It's 555-132-189. So
Oh,
Yeah.
dope. I also noticed you're wearing a shirt.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll borrow it.
How many times can I say thank you? I mean, I just did it once. I can do it a second time.
I'd like you to say it 4 times, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That
I
was
just-
3.
I thought it was 4.
The first one was just an example.
Is this going to be, a biblical thing? Does it need to be 77 times 7?
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have told you that I have really high expectations of you, and when they're not met, I get so disappointed. You know?
Can I, is there a shortcut around this? Can I do a copy paste thing and print it out and then give it to you that way? Do those thank you? No.
Don't text it to me either. I mean, I really want to hear it.
Can't I just say it once into a recording and then you just hit play again and again? Can't you work with me? I don't know why we have to, we can't redefine these terms.
You can say thank you in 5 languages. I'll set you free.
I can say thank you in 5 languages.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's thank you and merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Gracias.
Okay.
And 감사합니다. It's Korean.
Okay. Thank you. Just one more.
Geez. You take a whole year of Latin and then you can't remember any of it when you need to.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Anque, no. Oh, I can't remember my pig Latin either. I'm sorry.
Anque uye.
Oh, well, I mean, that doesn't count. You said it.
I know. Sorry. The loan's denied.
Oh.
Hey, Denzel. It's like I can't hear you. I know this Zoom lending is so frustrating because I see that you're there, and I can tell by your face that you're saying things, but I can't hear you. I can't. Okay, I'll just ask questions then. Okay, so I can't find the title to my car. Okay, so if you could just use your face, how should I feel about that? Dejected, or bereft. I should feel like I'm coming to terms with it. Is that it? Okay. So I can't find the title of my car, and then I have to go to the DMV. But in order to go to the DMV, I have to go into a public space. How should I prepare? If you would just show me how I should prepare, that'd be great. Okay. I should put more Rogaine on. I can do that. I'll start. No, not that. Okay, no. Okay. I should pretend that I'm a sunflower and it's early June and I should blossom. I get really drunk. Okay. So I'm at the DMV. I should just be magnanimous. Yes, I see that now. Magnanimous. So I should. Okay, so I'm upset. I become magnanimous, and then okay. So once I get my loan or my title, how quickly should I send it in to you? Okay, it's the name of a movie. It's one word. Okay, good. Um, uh, uh, it's you're digging a grave. You're coughing into your hand. You're churning butter. You're a walrus. You're okay. It's one word. Okay, and could it be the piano, because the is just an article. Okay, good. Okay, so what I do is I go get the title, and then I just keep singing until it arrives. You've been so much help.
I told you we don't need our words in order to communicate.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. I mean,
You don't have to say anything.
but I got to. I mean,
You don't have to do anything. It's all a choice.
I know, but I made some bad choices, and
What?
you helped me.
Yeah, but it was my choice to help. I chose to. I didn't have to. I chose to.
I mean, I don't know where I would be without you.
Probably where we were before.
I want to say, like, you helping me makes me
Yeah.
want to, just wander in a desert for 40 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it means that much to me.
Well, do you want to go? We can go to the desert.
That sounds, I mean, I was kind of boasting, doing some hyperbole.
Oh, well, we don't have to. We don't have to do anything. It's all a choice. I
mean,
personally like the warm weather, so I might just take myself.
I want to, though. I mean.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, now that you're into it. I mean, I've never met a loan officer like you before.
Well, I like to really see a loan through. I will
And
be
so,
all the time through the desert, all 40 years.
I mean, that's great. I mean, I know you're a nonprofit,
I am.
and you got the resources to finance a 40-year trip to the desert. Just a little
That's right.
camp out.
Yeah,
This is great. I mean, this is wonderful.
I'm in for the long haul. We're in it together. I mean,
appreciate
over
that.
time, it will feel longer. Like it will probably, you'll have to add more time to the time already, but I'm ready.
I went into Wells Fargo earlier, and I, mentioned, like, who's going to the desert with me? Who's going to give this guy, where's my money?
No, they're not going to go to the desert with you. But I will be there because I choose to. It's a choice, and I choose to.
That's the dedication that I want.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Anytime.
I'm
My
gonna
bag's
go find
packed.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my pith helmet. I'm gonna bring some water.
Heck yeah.
Gotta pack 40 years of water.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm learning to make my own.
You're gonna make your own water?
Yeah.
What can't you do? That's incredible.
I can't eat carrots. I'm allergic.
No? Is it like an allergy or like
Yep,
a shake
it's an
thing?
allergy.
Oh.
Hey, gang. Let's sing a song about how great Exodus is, okay?
Yay!
I think so.
Okay. Here we go. I was having trouble till I went to Exodus. They gave me what I needed and they made my life better. Brandon.
Such a reasonable APR, taking me so far. Just what I needed, what I wanted, everything they could give. Denzel.
Exodus is the best of us. And if you're with us, it'll be okay, Taj.
It will be okay at Exodus. You're all of us at Exodus.
And
Yeah.
now, the Exodus dance. Whee!
Okay, wow, that is a dramatic dance. All right, hey everybody, thank you all so much. Denzel, okay? He's coming back. He's good. All right, fabulous. Hey, oh look, there's Taj. All right, so thank you all so much. I cannot say thank you enough to all of the amazing people who made tonight possible. But much more importantly, all the people involved with Exodus Lending. You all are amazing. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Thank you so much for having us. And thank you to everyone who came out tonight to watch this and support this incredible organization. I know Sarah said at the top, this is not explicitly a fundraiser, but when I'm thinking about organizations that do really good work in this community that make an impact directly in people's lives, that's this organization. This is putting money directly into people's pockets in a way that supports them, supports our community, and makes us all stronger. So I can't say give money because it's not a fundraiser, but I'll say you should give money. It's the same thing. Okay, with that, I'm going to say goodnight for the Theater of Public Policy. Tonight we were Jim Robinson over there. Denzel Belin's over here. Down here is Taj Ruler. Brandon Boat's in that corner. And then directly below me is Mr. Dennis Curley. All right, and with that, I am going to turn the virtual stage over one more time to your friends from Exodus Lending who are going to now open it up for a fabulous post-show lounging happy hour cocktail reception Q&A virtual Zoom party. Maybe there will be more Exodus dancing. But until then, my name is Tane Danger. Thank you all so much for being here. And now somebody who is in charge of this thing is going to turn their camera back on and take over the show from here. There's Sarah. There's Anika. All right, big round of applause, everybody, for Sarah and Anika. Thank you so much.